This is 10 Eyewitness News with Kristin Devitt.
Good evening. For state premiers trying to hold on to what they've got, the scramble has begun. At tomorrow's Premiers' Conference in Canberra, they'll try to fight off more cutbacks. But Paul Smith reports with a federal government accused of passing its growing financial problems onto the states, the premiers are unlikely to win.
It's the start of the annual ritual. Premiers with their ticket to ride to what promises to be one of Canberra's most brutal financial fights.
I expect this to be the worst Premiers' Conference that I've ever been to.
The states with the most people, Victoria and New South Wales, are sick of subsidising the others.
The time has arrived now for us to look to the future and put the larger states on an equal footing.
But emerging states like Queensland want more to pay for their fast growth. And the West, with booming mineral exports, argues economic strength now gives greater political power.
So the days of Western Australia having to kowtow to Canberra must go.
But Canberra's own deficit crisis will dictate that states have little option but to accept what they're given. That'll mean more for New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania, and probably slightly less than last year for the others. The states say that'll mean drastic cuts to education and health. But the federal government will tell the premiers to make up the losses by being more efficient and raising their own taxes. It all comes at high risk for the national economy.
Slight mistakes in economic management and in fiscal policy could have a major negative effect and could send us back into double-dip recession.
And ordinary taxpayers will be affected too, with Treasurer John Dawkins now virtually conceding his promised tax cuts are being re-examined. As John Howard told 10's Meet the Press, that'll mean only one thing.
Do you think they should be dropped?
Well, I tell you what, they will be in one form or another. You can bet your last dollar on that.
Paul Smith, 10 Eyewitness News.
The full interview with John Howard can be seen on our Meet the Press program immediately following this bulletin. Outrage today over reports that more than $220,000 is to be spent on a new carport at The Lodge, home to Prime Minister Paul Keating. The price tag skyrocketed since the initial quote for $140,000. The opposition says it's a joke.
It's quite clear that if this government wants to tax people more and at the same time spend their money in a way which at this stage can only be regarded as profligate, then clearly the Australian people have got a lot to ask the government for.
And there are more expenses for The Lodge: a new heating system, swimming pool and antique billiard table. A murder investigation is underway in Canberra after the death of a man found at the bottom of a staircase in the Croatia Club. The 53-year-old man died in hospital from head injuries. Queensland police have charged a man with the murder of a 20-year-old woman near Gympie, north of Brisbane. The body of Lisa Rebecca Daly was found at the bottom of a 50-metre cliff in State Forest. And a teenager has been charged with the bashing murder of 22-year-old Gordon Tuckey, found on a cycleway in Wollongong. A 19-year-old faces court tomorrow. Sport now, and after staring defeat in the face, Steffi Graf fought back to win another women's final at Wimbledon. The top seed was 4-1 down in the final set when 8th seed Jana Novotná lost her way.
Graf took the first set with a tiebreaker, but Novotná won the second 6-1.
And she finishes it with an ace.
The Czech had the title in sight, but let it slip in the final set.
And another double fault.
Given a new life, the world #1 didn't look back.
And there it is.
Novotná found a royal shoulder to cry on. Graf was delighted with her 5th grass court trophy. Todd Woodbridge and Mark Woodford became the first Australian since 1982 to win the doubles final. They defeated Canada's Grant Connell and American Patrick Galbraith in 3 sets. Woodbridge broke John McEnroe's record of 19 successive final victories. In AFL, a thrilling 1-point win for Carlton over the West Coast. Eagles wingman Chris Mainwaring missed a vital penalty with 6 seconds remaining.
Goes with the left foot. Oh, he's hit the post.
In rugby league, another close encounter. Canberra defeated North Sydney 24 points to 20. The Raiders survived a late charge by the Bears. John Ross, 10 Eyewitness News.
To the nation's weather now, expecting a fine day in Brisbane, Sydney, Canberra, Hobart, Perth and Darwin. Showers forecast for Melbourne and Cairns, and rain for the Alice tomorrow. That's 10 Eyewitness News, sport and weather to the moment. Stay with us now for Meet the Press, our next news bulletin at 6 in the morning. I'm Kristin Devitt. Good night.